Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for this webinar today about how to get started with Microsoft Dynamics 365 for marketing. I'm Ananta Ramachandran, the Global Product Marketing Manager for Dynamics 365 for marketing. This webinar is going to be co-presented by Shelby Gregory from Coffee and Done, a Dynamics 365 partner. Shelby, welcome, and thanks for joining us today.
Hi, Ananta. Thank you so much for having me. Coffee and Done is a Microsoft partner dedicated to helping our clients achieve marketing success.
Great. Again, during this webinar, we are going to be giving you some high-level overview about Dynamics 365 for marketing, and then Shelby is going to give you some tips on how to easily set up this app, and also 5 things to try to help you quickly realize the compelling capabilities of this app and take the next steps. So let's understand what this application is about. Most businesses, when they try to increase their revenue, they struggle in creating demand or aligning with their sales and marketing teams to close more deals. They face typical challenges when they try to increase demand. For example, they are not able to generate enough leads. Even if they do, they are not able to nurture them into a good sales-ready state. Once the leads are passed on to the sales team, they're not having any visibility about what happens to these leads. And most of their leads and customers are tired of receiving irrelevant emails from marketing campaigns. These are some of the challenges that marketers face when they try to increase demand. And businesses need better tools to align their sales and marketing operations so that they're able to close more deals. Popular industry statistics, like the ones from CEB that we are showing here, tell you that about 57% of the B2B purchase decisions are made before prospects speak to the salesperson. 49% of the sales representatives ignore more than half of the leads produced by the marketing campaigns. Only 8% of B2B companies say that they have a good alignment between sales and marketing teams. These are critical challenges that prevent them from closing more deals. To help such businesses increase demand and close more deals and drive digital transformation within their organizations, Microsoft offers Dynamics 365, which is a suite of modern, unified, intelligent, adaptable business applications purpose-built for many functions in a company. For example, we offer applications for the sales team, for the operations team, for the finance team, for talent team, service teams. And during this webinar, we're going to share information about Dynamics 365 for marketing, which is the solution offered for marketing teams. Dynamics 365 for marketing is a marketing automation solution for businesses that have outgrown basic email marketing. It can help these businesses turn more prospects into business relationships. This application can enable marketers to nurture more sales-ready leads, align sales and marketing, make smarter decisions, and grow with an adaptable platform. Key capabilities in this application enable marketers to run multi-channel campaigns. They could generate leads from email marketing, from inbound marketing using landing pages and forms. They can also create reusable content blocks and share it with other members in their organization to ensure branding consistency and messaging consistency. We also offer deep integration with LinkedIn, which enables marketers to target the right audience in LinkedIn and also bring in and nurture leads within Dynamics 365 campaign setup. Once you generate leads from many sources, marketers can nurture these leads with a personalized experience across the buyer's journey. They can quickly set up a buyer's journey and guide their leads based on how they engage during these campaigns. The application also offers embedded intelligent capabilities, such as using simple filters. You could target the right audience for your campaigns. You could also set up multiple lead scoring models to identify and prioritize leads who are ready to buy. We also offer event management capabilities, which enable you to run both in-person events as well as digital events using integration with webinar providers. Using this capability, marketers can run events and manage things like sessions, speakers, venue logistics. It helps organizations run events with ease. We also offer rich reporting capabilities using our out-of-box dashboards and also rich interaction insights about leads, which will help marketers to understand how their buyer's journey is performing and refine them. Marketers can also send surveys to customers to better understand their needs and come out with more compelling offers. Again, the application is very easy to configure to make it work for your business and extend it for your unique needs. Before we move on and talk about how to easily set up this application and what are the 5 things that you can try to quickly understand this application, I want to play a video that will showcase how you can set up a buyer's journey to not only nurture your leads with personalized experiences, but also how to align sales and marketing operations around this buyer's journey. Let's look at the video now.
Dynamics 365 for Marketing helps you plan, automate, and monitor the full customer journey as prospects travel from discovery through nurturing and onward to become marketing qualified leads. You can run automated email campaigns, plan and promote sales events, create interactive online forms, generate and score leads, collaborate seamlessly with sales, and much more, all in one place. In this video, we'll observe the customer journey as seen by 3 personas: the marketer, the salesperson, and the customer. Let's start with the marketer. Marketers can quickly create captivating bulk emails with the designer tool. They can drag content blocks from the toolbox, stylize content, add text, add graphics or images, merge fields, and more. The designer provides a preview feature that lets marketers see how the message will look in different devices and orientations. The marketer sets up a customer journey by arranging tiles on the canvas to create a sequence of customer touchpoints and actions. She establishes who will receive the marketing communications, the content within each contact point, and when each message will go out. The marketer does one final check on the email before the journey goes live. Marketers can create lead scoring models that score each lead based on actions such as email opens, email clicks, event registrations, website visits, and more. When a lead reaches a sales-ready score, a salesperson can pick it up. Now let's experience the journey through the eyes of the customer. The customer receives an email offer to join an early access Xbox Live Creators program. She opens the email and clicks the registration link. The link takes her to a landing page that the marketer designed and published using Dynamics 365. The customer enrolls in the program by providing the necessary details and then waits for the next steps. Soon afterwards, she receives an email confirming that she has been set up for the program. The email also has helpful links to onboarding videos and some other related pages. Now, let's see the marketer's viewpoint of the customer journey so far. Here's the lead that's tracking the customer's interest in the Xbox Live Creators program. The marketer can see that her score has increased because she's opened the email, clicked a link, and submitted the registration form. We can also see that this customer spent time browsing our website, and that increased her score too. At the top of the lead, we can see that the lead is getting hot, so it's time for the marketer to send it to the salesperson for acceptance. Now, let's flip to the salesperson and learn how he views the customer's journey. The customer appears on his dashboard as a qualified lead that the salesperson can follow up with when the time is right. Dynamics 365 for Marketing helps you orchestrate interactive customer journeys that send the right messages at the right time and automatically nurture your best prospects. Then, it closes the loop by forwarding qualified, information-rich leads directly to sales.
Hope you liked that video. I now request Shelby to share some information about how to easily set up this application and what are the 5 things that prospects and customers can try to understand this application and take the next steps. Shelby, take it away from here.
Sure, thank you so much, Ananta. During this webinar, we are going to walk through setting up a free Dynamics 365 for Marketing trial site. When setting up a marketing trial, you will also receive a Dynamics 365 trial as well. You can install 1 trial per Office 365 tenant. During this demonstration, we will sign up for a trial, complete the setup wizard, and then finally perform the initial configuration based on your specific business needs. Let's go ahead and get started. Today, we are going to install a trial on an existing Manage Office 365 tenant. If you do not already have an Office 365 tenant, please go ahead and refer to the Sign Up for a Managed Office 365 Trial Tenant section in the Setup Guide. To begin, first go ahead and navigate to trials.dynamics.com in a new browser. Scroll down and select Marketing, and then go ahead and enter your work account. And then click Get Started. If you just set up your Managed Office 365 tenant, you will be given a message saying you already have the trial. Go ahead and select OK, got it. Now we need to go ahead and accept the permissions. Dynamics 365 for Marketing would like to access your Dynamics 365 account. Go ahead and accept the consent and click Accept. The tenant will now begin setting up a new Dynamics 365 for Marketing trial. This may take some time. After signing up for a trial for Dynamics 365 for Marketing, your app is available on your tenant, but not yet configured. You must first run the Setup Wizard to set up and start using the application. When the setup is complete, you will receive an email with a link to the Setup Wizard. Open the email and click Get Started. This will launch the Setup Wizard. Most of the settings in the Setup Wizard will be permanent. On this screen, we need to choose the correct Dynamics 365 organization to connect to. It may already be selected for you, but if not, go ahead and select from the drop-down the correct organization. Next, enter a prefix for your portal URL. All of your portals, including marketing pages, subscription centers, event portals, and surveys, are hosted on a Dynamics 365 server, which uses a Microsoft-owned domain name, plus the subdomain that you enter here. Make sure you're choosing a unique subdomain that your visitors will recognize, such as your organization's name. When you're finished, go ahead and click Continue. Next, Dynamics 365 for Marketing needs your consent to proceed. Go ahead and read all of these and then click the checkboxes when you're ready. They also need your organization's physical street address. Note that this physical street address is required for all email marketing messages. When you're finished, click Setup. Your app has now begun setting up. This may take about half an hour or more to actually set up the new marketing app. So far, we've signed up for the trial and completed the Setup Wizard. Let's go ahead and move on to the initial configuration now that our setup is complete. Go ahead and click Take Me to the app. To fully set up and utilize the system based on your business needs and requirements, you may walk through this initial configuration section and configure some of the most important organization, business, management, marketing, event, other settings. These are recommended initial configuration items. You can definitely skip any of these items or configure the system further at any time. When entering the app, you'll see this home screen. You can watch some videos, go straight to the app, or go back to your installation setup. When you're ready, go ahead and click Continue. In the navigation, click the sitemap. Click the three dots to navigate to Settings, and then Advanced Settings. Here is where we will begin to set up our organization setting. Under user management, you can manage your users and assign roles to them. Go ahead and open a user. Notice at the top you have a Manage Roles button. Select that, and then go ahead and assign roles to them. Users can be assigned multiple roles. When you're finished, click OK. If you want to customize these roles even further, you can do so in the Microsoft Dynamics 365 app. Next, let's go ahead and take a look at managing our teams. In the Manage Teams section, you can create a team or group of users to share and collaborate on business records. Users may be associated with multiple teams. Let's go ahead and click into one of these. So notice that we already have a Katoso marketing trial team set up, and all of our team members are already applied. If you wish to remove any of these people, you can remove them here. And then if you need to add an existing user, go ahead and click Add Existing User and look up the record. Next, you can go ahead and set up your fiscal year. A fiscal period defines the time reflected in financial reports. It is used for reporting financial data in each period. Next, let's go ahead and move on to the business management settings. Under duplicate detection, you'll notice that this feature is already enabled. If you want to detect your duplicates and suppress them, you do not need to disable this feature. Let's go ahead and move on to the marketing settings. In the marketing settings, you may configure your landing page details and matching strategies, set up defaults for marketing emails, choose time zones for customer journeys, edit customer insights, sync items, and enable data protection tools. Let's go ahead and take a look at our marketing pages, otherwise known as our landing pages. This is where you can set up a privacy banner, set hosting defaults, and configure defaults for how data is submitted through a landing page form and is matched to existing contact or lead records. In the Customer Insights sync, you may choose which database entities from Dynamics 365 for marketing to replicate the customer insights. This feature is a resource-intensive feature, so make sure you're only choosing ones that you actually need. Notice that you have some already pre-selected for you, and these are the areas that Microsoft Dynamics 365 for Marketing app is actually using. Let's go ahead and move on to the default marketing settings. This is where you can set different defaults used throughout the app. You can store as many setting sets as you want, but like other settings, the only one marked as default is active. Under the Marketing Email tab, you can set defaults that apply to your marketing email messages. You will be able to override these defaults for individual messages, but it will be more convenient for users if you can go ahead and set the most used values up right here. So select your default content settings, your default contact, and your Litmus integration. Under the Customer Journey tab, you can go ahead and choose the default time zone that you will use when starting and stopping your customer journeys. In the Double Opt-in tab, this helps you enable the processes that make sure contact enrollment and subscription list is intentional and the supplied email address is actually legitimate and functional. When contacts sign up for a new subscription list, the contact will be asked to confirm the request by clicking on a link sent to the email address. So here you would enable it and then go ahead and identify the subscription centers and the consent marketing email that you would be sending. Also the thank you pages and a thank you page consent. For more information on the double opt-in, go ahead and refer to your trial setup guide. In the data protection tools area, this is where you can actually enable data privacy features for Dynamics 365 for marketing. By enabling data privacy features in Dynamics 365 for marketing, this helps organizations comply with GDPR regulations in the European Union. The GDPR features are disabled by default, so that you actually need to create a new GDPR record to enable these features. Please go ahead and refer to the trial setup guide for more information on this. Down below, we have just a few more features to go ahead and set up. In the event management area, this lets you set up the connections to your webinar provider account. You must set up at least one webinar configuration to enable this webinar feature. Currently, On24 is the only webinar provider that can be configured out of box. Please refer to the setup guide for more information on how to configure the webinar integration. Back at the event administration settings, you can set up auto-generate email options and templates for event registrations. For more information on how to do this, go ahead and navigate to the trial setup guide for specific details. Now we need to go ahead and set up our content settings. Navigate back to marketing. Scroll down under templates. And select content settings. Content settings hold common values such as subscription center and physical mailing address that you can place into an email marketing message as dynamic text by using Assist Edit. Upon setting up your Microsoft Dynamics 365 for marketing, a default content setting should automatically be populated. You may either edit the existing one or create a new one. You may create as many content settings as you need. If you want to edit an existing live content setting, you must actually stop and edit the content setting and make sure to go live again. We've just completed signing up for the trial, completing the setup wizard, and configuring the system. So now that we've set up your Dynamics 365 for marketing app, we have 5 things to try. First, we're going to walk through creating a marketing email. Next, creating a marketing form, and then embedding that form on a marketing page. Then we're going to walk through creating segments to go ahead and use to begin building a full customer journey. All of the things that we have or that we will walk through, emails, marketing pages, marketing forms, and segments, we will utilize those pieces to build a full customer journey. And then after that, we will go ahead and take a look at the insights that Microsoft Dynamics 365 for marketing generates for us. Let's go ahead and dive into marketing emails. Let's go ahead and navigate back to the marketing homepage. Click on the navigation and navigate to marketing emails. Notice that you already have some marketing emails created in the system. When you're ready to create a new one, click New. When you create a new email, a new marketing page, or a new journey in the system, a template library will appear. From here, you have the option to use one of these templates based on the specific purpose that you are creating your marketing journey for. You can choose a newsletter, lead nurturing, upcoming event, welcome. Let's go ahead and choose one and then click select. So now that we've selected our template, let's go ahead and give our template, our email, a name. For this scenario, we're going to direct our contacts to a white paper to download. Next, we need to give it a subject. And then flip over to the summary tab. From here, we can see that our from name and from email address is already populated. If you wish to change this, you can go ahead and make those changes from here. Let's go ahead and flip back to our design tab and begin designing our email. Click full screen to blow up this designer. Notice that we already have our email design already created for us since we selected that template. Over here on the right, we can drag and drop some of these design elements such as text, image, divider, buttons, marketing pages, events, or surveys into this actual email design. Let's go ahead and just replace some of the elements that we already have. In this image block, we can double click it and open the properties pane. From here, you can replace the source if it's a publicly available image, or you can actually replace the image from the image gallery. If you don't already have the image uploaded, you can upload a picture, you can drag and drop it or click browse, or you can go back into your library and select the image and then click select. From here, you can go ahead and change the alt text, the link, the alignments, and the height. On the Styles tab, we have the option to change the style of the email, such as the outer background, the inner background, the font family, the body text size, the colors, and the direction of the text. If we scroll on down, we can go ahead and edit the content of this email. Let's go ahead and give it a header. If you need to go ahead and change any of this text, you don't need to have any HTML knowledge. You can do it straight from this editor right here. You can change the size. We can easily edit this button. We can edit the link, we can make the tracking available, and we can edit the background color and the hover color as well as the text color. If you do need to make any HTML changes to this email, you can navigate to the HTML tab where you can access the HTML source, and then you can jump from the drag and drop editor to the HTML editor. Now that we're finished, let's go ahead and preview our email. From here, we can preview our email on multiple devices, a desktop, tablet, and mobile device. When you're finished editing and previewing your email, let's go ahead and navigate to the inbox preview. If you do have Litmus turned on, you would be able to preview this email in different email clients and browsers. Let's go ahead and click the X. And now we are ready to check for errors. So the system will run through a series of error checks. It will make sure that you're compliant with CAN-SPAN laws, you have your subject, your from name, your from email, your from address, all of your content settings, that they are actually in the email design. When it's finished, it will give you a notification. You can click on that and you can see that no errors were found. So now I'm actually able and ready to go live with my email. So I've designed my email and I need to go live with it to make it available in a customer journey. If you do wish to make changes to this email once it's gone live, you can easily stop this email and make changes. Once you have actually stopped this email, though, it will not be available in the customer journey to be sent out. So now that we've gone ahead and designed our marketing email to try to get people to click on the button to download our white paper, let's go ahead and design our marketing form so that we can embed it onto a marketing page. So navigate to marketing forms, click new. Here we can select a form template. Let's go ahead and just select the first one and then click select. First, we need to go ahead and give this form a name. Notice that you can select a form type if needed. This is for sure a landing page. We're going to keep it. Now I'm going to navigate to the summary area and make sure that all of our required fields are filled out. Our name, the owner, our contact matching strategy, our lead matching strategy. So now we're ready to begin designing the form. So notice that the first name, last name, email, and some other fields are already pulled into this form. Over here on the right, you can pull text, images, dividers, call to action buttons, reset button, captchas, and submit buttons. You can also pull in different fields as well. The fields over here are the out-of-the-box fields, but if you do need to create new fields, you can do so right from this area. Let's go ahead and pull in one of these fields, such as zip code, and drag and drop it into our form. On the field properties, we can change the label to maybe just zip or postal code. If you do want a placeholder for it, such as like you're seeing over here on these other fields, you can go ahead and put one. If this is a required field, you can select required. And notice the red asterisk is now available on the field. Let's go ahead and change our submit button to download now. And then remove our clear button. Since we are going to be embedding this form on a marketing page, let's go ahead and delete our form heading. If you do want to make any other CSS changes or HTML changes to this form, you can toggle over to the HTML tab and make any HTML changes. We can preview this form. And then when you're finished, click out of it. And then let's go ahead and save it. Now we can check for errors. You'll see that there are 2 errors. To create a contact, the last name field should be included in your form and marked as required. So let's go ahead and navigate to our form designer and click on our first name field and scroll down and make sure it is a required field. And do the same with our last name. Now let's click Save and then check for errors. No errors were found, so now we are ready to go ahead and create our marketing page for this form to live on. So navigate to Marketing Pages, click New, and just like in the email marketing section, you have your marketing page template library here selected for you. Go ahead and select a marketing page template and then click Select. This designer is the exact same one as the email marketing message designer. So you have your designer, your drag and drop designer, your HTML area as well, and then your preview area. On the drag and drop designer, you have the ability to pull in certain toolbox elements here, your text, your image, divider, button, and a form. Let's go ahead and just take a look at bringing in a form. So you can drag and drop this in here. Since our template already has one, let's go ahead and just double click into the form. And then we can look up the form that we just created, select it. Down below here, we can begin to define out that submission behavior. Go ahead and select a confirmation message. So once somebody actually submits this form from a landing page or from this marketing page, you can enter a confirmation message. If they maybe didn't submit all of the fields that were required or something happened, you can go ahead and enter an error message. A limit exceeded message and a redirect URL. When you're finished editing this marketing page, you can save it. Actually, first, let's go ahead and give it a name. And then click Save. So once you've saved your marketing page and has passed all of its errors, you can then press Go Live, and this page will now be available in the customer journey area. Now let's go ahead and take a look at creating a segment for our customer journey. Navigate to Segments. Go ahead and create New. First, we need to enter the name of the segment. You can choose if you want this segment type to be dynamic or static or a compound segment. Let's go ahead and choose this dynamic segment for this example. And then let's hop over to the definition tab. From here, we can begin to use the designer, the flow, or the query tabs to build out our segment. Let's go ahead and just stick with the designer tab. Here we can select contacts, or we can close this and choose to query off of accounts, events, leads, marketing list, sessions, and surveys. You can also query off of different relationships. Let's go ahead and just query on contacts. Next, we can query on a contact field such as company name. And then here you can choose to query on if it contained a certain company name, if it begins with, if it is exactly that company name. Let's do contains, and then start typing the name of our company name. And I can begin to add more criteria here to further build out this segment, but for today's purposes, let's keep it very simple and then click Get Segment Size. So right now it's estimating the size of my segment. Since this is a trial site, there's not a lot of data in here, but it has gone ahead and estimated a few contacts for me. I'm going to go ahead and click Save. Notice that your segments cannot contain special characters or spaces. Let's go ahead and just remove the space and then click Save. Now we can check for errors and then press Go Live. So our segment is now live and is now available in our customer journey. So let's go ahead and build out our customer journey. From the navigation, scroll down to customer journeys. Here we can create a new journey. Just like the email marketing area, the marketing page, and the marketing form area, we do have this journey template that we can go ahead and select a pre-made journey for us, or we can add our own templates as well. Let's just select a simple email journey. So here we can create a multi-wave, multi-stage customer journey. For our purposes today, we were creating emails to try to get somebody to download a white paper. So we had our email, our marketing form that was embedded onto our marketing page, and then we have our segment. So let's go ahead and just begin defining out this journey. So over here on the right, we have our toolbox. Let's go ahead and drag a marketing page. And then we can scroll down here. We have some actions. We can launch workflows if we want to. We can target some segments, or if a record was updated, we can do that. For today's purposes, let's just have a trigger here. So we're building out the scenario that if they have opened this email, been to this marketing page, and actually submitted that form on the marketing page, we are going to send them specific content based on if they did that. So let's do a confirmation email with the white paper. And then if they did not, maybe we do an activity. All right, so now that we have our flow created, let's go ahead and zoom out a little bit. We have our segment, email, marketing page, and triggers. We can go ahead and click into these areas and begin to define out each of these tiles. So click on the segment and then click on properties. And here you can name them. Search for the segment. Remember, all of these entities actually have to be live for you to be able to search for them. Next, we can go ahead and define our email marketing message. So we can give the tile a name. Select the email marketing message. It's important when you are creating these that you kind of use the same naming convention, because it makes it a lot easier when you're pulling them into the journeys to find them. Now we can begin defining our trigger. So for this particular trigger, we want to add a new rule. based on a certain source. So if they selected the content download page and they actually submitted the form on the content download page, we want to give them 5 days to actually do that. Let's go ahead and name the trigger. And then keep moving on. So here you can enter a new email if you already have one created. And then on our activity type, we can follow up with a certain activity, maybe a task for our salesperson. Or we can just say a phone call or an appointment, or maybe we're not ready for this, so we can go ahead and delete it. So if we click on this tile right here, we can click the trash can and easily delete that. All right, now that we've begun defining out our customer journey, we filled out all of the tiles here, let's go ahead and close it and check for errors. The customer journey does have some warnings, so we can begin to scroll down here into the designer area or the canvas and look at which tile actually has a warning. So it's telling us that we've used the same email messages multiple times. If you already had one created down here, you wouldn't have to do that. But today we're okay with that, so we can actually go ahead and go live with the same email message. That one is just an actual warning, not a full error. So now our journey has gone live and it is now beginning to send out emails to that particular segment and bringing those customers through this journey. So let's go ahead and take a look at what a live customer journey looks like. Go ahead and navigate to a live journey. In the drop down here, go ahead and select Insights. And here we can see how many people have been processed through this journey, how many people have received emails, how they've interacted with our triggers. So here we can see 13 people have processed through it, and they've split based on the trigger set up here. So 5 have gone down the yes path, 7 have gone down the no path. If we navigate to the Insights area over here, we can change the time frame for this journey and see that the responses, the total sent. We can view the interactions here. Let's go ahead and just navigate back to this journey and click on one of these tiles here and see more information about each of these tiles. So on the email tile, we can see specific KPIs relative to this specific email. So here we can see the delivery rate, the open rate, the click rate, the soft bounces, hard bounces, and we can click view details to see more information about the specific marketing email. So you can do this with each of those tiles there with the emails, the pages, etc. So here we can see all of the open rates, click rates for this particular email. You can filter by date range and begin to see more metrics and insights related to this specific email. So today I walked you through how to create an email, how to set up a marketing form, how to embed that form into a marketing page, how to create a segment, and then how to use all of those pieces to build a full customer journey to send out emails, direct your contacts to landing pages, and begin to generate more leads and bring them back into the system to view those insights.
Thank you so much, Shelby, for sharing the easy steps to set up this app and also try a few capabilities to understand the compelling capabilities of this application. That was a good demo. Thank you again.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
So we now request you to visit our webpage to learn more and try this application. More information about how to use this application is available in our user guides and help documentation. If you want to talk to a Microsoft expert or a Dynamics 365 partner, please connect with us. We want to enable every business to drive digital transformation and grow their business. Dynamics 365 for Marketing can help you turn more prospects into business relationships. Thank you again.